Hey, what's up everybody? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Wanted to smash a bit of FUD this morning as always. I'll try to keep this video short and sweet as always, and be sure to tune into the next one. So as you can see with the XRP ledger, little illustration here by X Explorer. Just wanted to share that, showing all of the nodes within the network. Thought this was pretty cool, and just kind of wanted to share this little illustration before addressing some typical FUD that we're used to getting into the community, for those of you that have been here for the past few years. So as we know, we have this gentleman, Alex Saunders. I shouldn't even be giving him some publicity, but again, he has 40,000 followers, so I figured I would do my best to at least cover this and make it known that this is complete garbage, BS. And just keep in mind, where is it? This is the gentleman that is obviously against XRP. With a Bitcoin shirt, obviously has the vested interest, and will say whatever it takes based off of his wallet. All right, so really quick. We can see right here, we know the recent news of Consensus acquiring JP Morgan's Quorum blockchain. We know that Quorum stems from Ethereum's blockchain as well. We know that it has run into scalability issues in the past. We actually know groups, Quorum, Hyperledger, Ripple, all of these groups are working together. It is not just competition or cooperation, it is co-opetition, truly. So right here, this is what he does, and gives us a little jab as always, and says, JP Morgan and Consensus and all these guys just announced that JP Morgan coin, stablecoins, and interbank payments will be built on Ethereum and replace the Swift network. Let's see how the XRP army spins this as good for XRP, and how they still need Ripple for XYZ. Again, calling Ripple even though it is XRP. And the funny thing is, Crypto Addy has a great response to this, and I'll show that and read it in a minute as well. And hopefully she does a phenomenal video as always covering this. But I gotta laugh. If you guys want to watch the 7-minute video of them discussing this, again, Joseph here, co-founder, and then discussing with Julia Chatterley, and then even Galgatron comes in. Alex, why don't you talk about how sandwiches are now competition for Ripple? Clueless. And I just got a good laugh out of that. Now keep in mind what Flare Network is doing, guys. Obviously, right here, 75% of the value of blockchain tokens is inaccessible to decentralized applications. All of these DApps, these dApps. That changes now, starting with XRP. People are starting to speculate, has this been planned all along, that this ETH and XRP partnership would take place with Flare? Obviously, the distribution of the Spark tokens are on the way. And literally, we can have the scalability, speed, and time, of settlement with the XRP ledger, and now the smart contract capability of Ethereum. Remember what happened in the bull run, and even recently, the Ethereum gas fees were ridiculous. Now Ethereum, great product, but now you understand why the XRP founders discussed and said, yeah, we wanted to do, smart contracts on top of it, even though, Vitalik was literally sleeping on the couch of, Ripple employees in early days. But they didn't want, the trade-off. And of course, there is always a blockchain trilemma at play. So we know with Flare Network, we have literally the XRP ledger able to do smart contract application now. This is going to be probably the biggest thing for the future of payments. And if you guys don't think that Ripple, I don't care if you think it's centralized, a banker's coin, this is a complete joke. If you cannot see, they will be a clear winner in the space. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So right here sharing this, we have Crypto Addy showing this. And just addressing this to Alex, how many times does one have to spell it out? XRP is a bridge currency. Again, guys, a medium of exchange between fiat for balancing, providing liquidity in these walled garden stablecoin transfers. For example, like the problem Hong Kong and Thailand experienced in Project Inthenon, XRP complements these stablecoins. We've had a plethora of financial geniuses saying that, again, this is all about cooperation. XRP complements stablecoins. In 2015, 2016, maybe 2017 for uninformed Bitcoin maxis, they thought that every stablecoin or even JP Morgan's JPM coin is a threat to XRP. False. Remember, at the World Economic Forum, where the 1% of the 1% meet, they had literally documents showing XRP as interbank settlement, and then they said the JPM coin is intra-bank settlements. There's still going to be walled ecosystems and silos that are closed gardens, and they have their preferred clientele, but there's going to be open networks as well that need connectivity on a level playing field. There's not going to be another killer that comes up and everyone's just going to agree to use it, because again, if the United States says, oh, let's all use the dollar like we have been for the last 100 years, China's not going to want to do that. Same concept with bank coins. If, JPM coin starts and then Bank of America says, okay, well, we don't want to use your bank coin when we interact with you or your clients or your network. We want you guys to use Bank of America coin. There's vested interests. So the best thing to do is create agnostic protocols, agnostic technology that will literally let the best win and survive. I could go on and on about this anyways. Let's continue with what Crypto Eddie has to say. So again, XRP also eliminates the Nostra accounts. All right. Again, all the pre-funded money that is around the globe, estimates from $5 trillion to $27 trillion sitting idle. That capital is not working for them. We want working capital. We want capital efficiency. We want returns on our investment. We want to build additional streams of income. Imagine trillions of dollars, even billions of dollars, sitting there and doing nothing, suffering from the rates of inflation. Have you guys checked inflation rates? Have you checked interest rates? It's ridiculous. We're going to be, going to negative rates in the future. I know people don't believe it, but it will happen. It will occur. Same thing with XRP adoption. People said it would never happen, yet we know that now literally the second largest money service business, MoneyGram, has been utilizing them in payment flows, solving a real problem. Every company that has been using it is ecstatic about it, right? So secondly, Quorum is a variant called a fork of the Ethereum codebase. Love that she covers this. The maximum achievable load on the network was 900 transactions per second. Notice that XRP's load is still way faster than that in terms of scalability and performance, beyond which the system failed to reach consensus. All right. And again, proof of work, proof of stake. I don't think that they're going to be, I like proof of stake, but again, proof of work is not going to be in the future. Read the narrative, see what the higher ups are saying. It doesn't matter what some idiot like myself or some Bitcoin maximalist believes. This is going to be based off of cold hard math and fundamentals. And again, environmentally, I think they are going to crush proof of work. The long-term effects of it and the way it incentivizes the network is silly. All right. Reach consensus and then evaluation link provided prior. And again, even this gentleman right here, blockchain developer, their intention is all driven by paycheck. And again, agree with that sentiment. So we have this gentleman here talking about that. We can talk about Flare. Talked about the Explorer. And now I just want to finish up really with reading this email that a viewer sent me. His name was Jerome. He sent me a bunch of information, kind of asking me to cover them in a future video, which I absolutely will try to do. Just been absolutely swamped. And just kind of a huge list of points that they would like to know about XRP, which would be helpful for a lot of newcomers in the community to kind of get an all-in-one stop, whether, the community came together and made a video series, anything like that. There's plenty of great YouTubers in the space. So if you guys ever want to get together and collaborate to do something, or if you guys want to take it within your own hands to do so, more than happy to help any way I can. I think that'll be absolutely exciting and make it easier and lower the barrier to entry, because I know things are relatively confusing when you first start, and it takes a long time to hit that ground floor running or get to even running on that floor. So really quick, I was listening to some podcast of Blockstars covering Ripple on their website, but essentially Jerome came to me, gave us a bunch of points, and I want to go through them. And remember, I made this tweet earlier on Twitter, guys. I'm going to be so excited, and it's going to feel so damn good watching all of the holders in this community in a variety of assets, specifically XRP, after this storm passes, whether, Bitcoin crashes, etc. The toxicity on crypto Twitter, the toxicity between community members and different assets is going to dissipate. It'll be a thing of the past as utility comes, as the crypto market cap rises altogether. And it couldn't be any more clear to me, and I know a lot of you agree with that sentiment. We have the International Monetary Fund, the BIS, the ECB, the European Central Bank, the Chamber of Digital Commerce, the Federal Reserve, all major groups that obviously govern everything from monetary policy to you name it. And they're saying we will connect to public blockchain networks. That's not me saying it. Again, it's not just some idiot like myself on YouTube or any other Bitcoin maxi. Okay, so again, what are public networks? Well, we have a list of some of them on coinmarketcap.com. And which ones have the best backing? The sound fundamentals have been working with regulators from the beginning. Some will still do well, some will skyrocket. That's anybody's best guess. You can look at the charts, the news, the fundamentals. But if you have the audacity to say that XRP is going to fail in this ecosystem, that is incredibly foolish. The worst part about 2017 and beforehand was the propaganda that XRP is nothing more than a banker's coin or stable coin, and that's going to hurt a lot of investors. All right, they're focused on Bitcoin, they're looking one direction, and they're going to miss everything that occurs on the other side. You can't really help to question if Ethereum and XRP were meant to work together, or if XRP now with its new Flare capability could essentially take over. We know Ethereum's already run into scalability issues, the gas, the congestion fees. It is, absolutely insane to consider. So just a few points. I'm actually reading his email right over here. So again, some things that he thought of, the current worldwide problems regarding cross-border payments today, the friction that exists, how we can, frankly, load a suitcase full of money and fly it to China faster than it can actually settle there. Understand, guys, when I say payments are typically messaging. When I say settlements, which is exactly what XRP is meant to alleviate, that is actually settling on the core ledgers of the central bank. You and I, we're not affected by that per se. I mean, indirectly we are with heavy fees today, but this is going to solve an institutional wholesale interbank issue that has been around for years. They built this whole system, this whole correspondent banking network 40 years ago, 40, pre-internet, pre-digital. Is it that crazy to think that the financial system on the back end of the banks is going to update, whether it's slow and steady or quickly? No, not at all. You just have to break it down and understand what is at play here. We can talk about the history of cross-border payments and their providers, their problems, their the friction, how there's no direct pairings, there's lack of liquidity in ecosystems, which obviously affects us or people that have to send money home to their family in another country. You can talk about the history of Ripple and even go on to talk about OpenCoin and some of their first investors in digital cash before Bitcoin was even a thought, like 2004. You could talk about, the people behind this company. You can't help to get excited. All right. What is Ripple's goal? I mean, obviously, they're going to be one of the main players in the Internet of Value, the IOV. This is an asset class that is going to swallow all other asset classes because everything will have value, right? I already showed you that with Flare, their website, bridging these networks, allowing not only, a new decentralized world, but creating the bridge to the modern infrastructure or the traditional infrastructure. I mean, all right. You can talk about Ripple's goal of obviously XRP becoming as liquid as a G10 currency and not necessarily becoming, a reserve currency, but being one of the obvious options for these pre-funded accounts to mitigate risk. Instead of holding 10 currencies, you can hold XRP. You don't even have to hold XRP per se. There's different viewpoints on that. Doesn't matter. Bottom line is utilizing XRP and starting with XRP, a small basket of XRP rather than a huge basket of 13 currencies, you're paying half the spread. There's significantly less volatility. Payments today take 3 to 5 days, and there is a 6% error rate across the board. You can imagine sending a text or every time you call someone 6% of the time or an email, it didn't work. Would the work environment be that efficient today? No. Period. 3 to 5 second settlements with XRP based off of trust, based off of cold hard math. Nobody will be lying. Everyone will have a shared copy of the ledger and a history of transactions. It is going to be the future. No more, what we saw in 2008 with the Lehman Brothers and, the derivatives and fudging numbers and working the system. This is going to be trustless. And again, blockchain is going to offer that new foundation for trust for everybody. When I say blockchain, that is a subset of DLT, distributed ledger technology. DLT is the future. Sometimes I use blockchain as the umbrella term, although that may be incorrect in certain contexts. All right, we can talk about all the over-the-counter sales that we know of with XRP. What's going on? Why aren't they using the payment flows? Are they waiting for regulation? What do they know that we do not? We've seen the roadmaps with NTT data, whether you believe that's a speculative roadmap. Again, it was made in 2017. It's fun to entertain if it was a good, just a dream, or it's actually coming into fruition. Both sides are absolutely possible. You can talk about the partnerships with 300 to 400 banks right there. You can talk about indirect partners with the biggest technology providers in the world, or, a good 4 of the biggest technology providers for the clearinghouse, which is, again, the domestic payment system for the United States. What are the odds and why are there so many coincidences in this ecosystem? Why are we in the backbone and connected through even just a single API with every major group? I have trouble finding where there is not a Ripple relationship. I've seen them to Google, Amazon, everyone. Even Alipay, and I'm not saying Alipay is going to use XRP. They have their own closed networks that they're working on for their own reason. What I'm showing you is the interoperability is there though. All right. Again, having an option for all of these players, no matter the country, breaking down borders, partnerships with banks. We can talk about Bank of America. Warren Buffett's been acquiring more shares of Bank of America than ever before. Bank of America is a known RippleNet partner. They've gone to Swell. They've even been in that recent email from Swell talking about them being one of the players that is revamping their systems. Bank of America has more patents than almost any other bank in terms of on blockchain tech. We talk about the tokenization of assets, all the money. And Ripple with Interledger Protocol is bridging all of these groups, and they want XRP to be one of the chosen assets to transfer said value. People just, want
instant money and think that we're owed anything. The only thing that you are owed in life is an opportunity, right? It's up to you whether you want to take it or not. And the way I see it, and this is going to be very controversial, so obviously I'm incredibly biased. I'm aware of that because of the research I've done, and I'm excited, and I'm not dependent on this money by any means. But just understand this: in this ecosystem that we exist in, 3/4 of Americans are living approximately, like living paycheck to paycheck. That's crazy enough. 2020, we've seen things occur that we never thought we would this year. My way of viewing things is I'd rather risk a very little amount than live like, that. And thankfully, I don't live like that. So is it worth putting 0.001% of your net worth into certain crypto assets as a hedge to this market? If you're already hedged, you should be good to go. But the way I see it, life is already risky enough. And I am excited for this asset class. If I saw something bad, I'd get out. But we have a Ripple amongst other companies. But Ripple is one of the highest valued private companies to come out of Silicon to date. I don't think they're going anywhere just yet. I think they're going to be a behemoth and a true key player in the space. And whether XRP's price is at 20 cents or $1, I still understand that this is just the beginning. The sky is the limit. XRP is like that black hole and that flywheel effect. Once it starts gathering momentum, it's a flywheel. It's a monster. It'll do its own work. Payments will go and approach, closer to zero than ever before. It's not just going to be XRP. There's going to be other groups and, assets that solve problems. I'm just betting big on a few of the use cases they're building on. They're not building into the derivatives market for fun. They're not focusing on lending for fun. There's going to be a variety of use cases to revolutionize payments altogether. Could talk about the most important news and updates this past year. For God's sake, national banks in the United States can now custody, aka hold, cryptocurrency. People thought that was never going to happen. They said it was 5 to 10 years away. I don't understand where it's coming from. I'm going to continue covering this news, and hopefully those that have ears will listen, because we are just at the very beginning of this. And for me, XRP is not going anywhere. They've gone, 7 years, 8 years strong, 55 million ledgers successfully closed, not a single error. Groups and banks, they're not going to use Bitcoin. If you guys want to believe that it will be a store of value, I wish you well, because, the market is coupled, and we, hope it does well. But I basically believe that eventually we are going to see a transition from speculation to utility, where utility drives the market. Ethereum, I still believe, even if you hate it, I still think, for now, Ethereum is here to stay. And I hope I don't eat my words, but we have thousands of projects built on top of it. I think the infrastructure is there. Yes, it has its problems in terms of scalability and obviously migrating to proof of stake. But I think that they're going to work together and allow these networks to work together, period, interoperate and plug in. So open sourced, this is the future, whether you believe it or not. History will happen. This is happening with or without me. That's the way I see it. And I am excited to, take part in it.
And guys, not to wear my tinfoil hat, because I wear it a little too much lately, specifically from all of the reading I do, but the World Economic Forum, remember, even in 2018, King Solomon was showing the document using the same rhetoric, the new normal, in quotations. So this new normal that we've already witnessed and have yet to go in the year 2020, this new normal is going to have new possibilities as we enter this new paradigm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next one.